Greetings and salutations. I'm Mr. Grumbly, and today I'm going to help you figure out if Affirm is the right website for you. Specifically, we're going to go over how it works, where you can use Affirm, and some of the dangers that are involved. Lastly, I'm going to give you my personal choice for buying your very first gaming computer. Now, if you're wanting to use Affirm to buy something other than gaming equipment, there is other things that you can use Affirm for. So, just because I mentioned gaming computers right away, don't go ahead or don't click out of the video simply because I'm leaving you out. I'm not leaving you out. I'm not leaving you out. So, be sure to stick around because there's a lot to learn. As always, you can go to this website yourself and check everything out and fill in all the blanks and get all the details, just in case you don't feel like wading through my lovely voice to get some knowledge that might come easy to your fingertips. But that's okay. We're okay with that. If you're here, I appreciate it, and I will shut up so we can get going now. How about that? That's good, huh? I think that's good. Okay, first off. So what is Affirm and how does it work? Well, Affirm is a financing company that offers payment installations in return for instant gratification. In other words, if you want to go buy something but you don't have the money, you can use Affirm and they will pay it for you, and you make payments to Affirm for whatever you're buying. It sounds sweet, but it comes with some catches, which, shouldn't come as a surprise. If you're already looking at finance companies, there's always some catches. Affirm, on the other hand, is actually one of the more reputable finance companies out there, and they do seem to operate with a lot of businesses around the world. Let's go take a look at the different ways that Affirm can offer payments. Affirm is the smartest way to pay over time. Shop pretty much anywhere and pay at your own pace without any fees, so you can get the things you love without breaking your budget. The fees that they're referring to right there are interest fees that credit cards use. So when you use a credit card to pay for something at Walmart, that amount goes to on the credit card bill, and then the credit card company applies an interest to that amount if you don't pay it within a certain amount of time. So the fees that they're referring to are the interest fees that a credit card would actually apply to the amount if you had actually gone through a credit rather than a loan company like Affirm. Another upside that Affirm has in their favor is that they do offer several different ways to pay. So depending on what your work history is like and depending on what your availability is like as far as funds, then you've got different methods and different options as far as what you have available to you. Number 1. Affirm Pay in 4. If I was going to use this payment method, I would probably use it for a single purchase. Because if I get too used to making Affirm purchases and having to pay every 4 weeks, say what happens once they start getting stacked on top of each other. I know you're not looking at any fees or interest on top of that, so that's good, but I could see you getting carried away with something like that. Obviously, Affirm has to approve your purchase, so they do have the final say one way or the other. And number 2, monthly payments. If you go with this type of payment method, you're most likely going to have to go through some kind of credit check, and they're going to want to know what your bank account is and what your work history is like, and that way they can give you a proper monthly payment loan option. In other words, you click that payment method and they will give you an option of how much they want you to pay monthly until it's paid off. I don't know if there's really much room for negotiations as far as the monthly payments go. Once they're set, you should never pay less, but you could always probably pay a little more. Some companies do have penalties for paying more than your payment for that month, which is weird. But it doesn't happen very often, so you can usually find stuff like that in the fine print once you start reading through all the details, which there are quite a few of details. It is worth going through the whole website to make sure you see everything that's going on. Number 3, virtual card. A virtual card is kind of confusing. If you're at a store that won't accept Affirm, but it'll accept a credit card, you can get Affirm to basically give you a virtual Visa card. That way you can use it to make your purchase, and that way the store doesn't think you're using Affirm, but you're still using Affirm. This is weird stuff, right? Is this weird to you too? Because this is weird. I'm weird. This is weird. I need to drink some coffee. There's a lot to this. Download the app, search for your store, apply for a virtual card, then you add your card to your virtual wallet, and then you complete your purchase. The card has to be used within 24 hours, in store or online. See footer for terms. And there's more fine details down at the bottom, it looks like. Wow. It's probably the best and simplest explanation that I think you could come up with for a virtual card. How does the virtual card work? It's a single-use card with a unique number that you enter at checkout, just like any other credit card. It says card, but they mean credit card. Well, I guess not necessarily a card, because it could be a prepaid card, it could be a so not just credit card. I got it. I'm understanding. Are you getting it too? I hope you're getting it too. Number 4, Debit Plus. What about the Debit? What's a Debit Plus? Let's go over and see the Debit Plus. 1 new card, 2 ways to pay. Pay up front or pay over time, interest free. Introducing the Affirm Debit Plus card. Sign up for the debit that's twice as nice. Join the waitlist. So it is not even available right now. Shop with it anywhere. See, this would give you the ability to use Affirm at any checkout, whether or not they actually accept Affirm as payment, because it's an authorized Visa, wherever Visa is accepted. So you have to apply for and see if you're eligible. Offer depends on approval and eligibility. By clicking on join the waitlist, I acknowledge that I have read and agree to Affirm's terms of service and Affirm's privacy policy. And a waitlist implies that people are still waiting, so I don't even think it's a thing yet, right? Can I use this card at ATMs? This card currently doesn't support ATM withdrawals. Well, no, because it's connected to an Affirm account. Just because your bank account is connected to the Debit Plus account doesn't mean you can use it to pull money out of your bank. You're still gonna have to use a bank card to pull money out of your bank. But it basically gives you the same different options, just the ability to use it in stores that don't necessarily accept Affirm as payment. So they're trying to cover everywhere possible. That way they can just extend to as many people as possible, I imagine. Here they give you a step-by-step guide on how to use their system. 1, go shopping. It looks like you can actually get pre-qualified if you want to know how much money you're going to be allowed to spend through their system. Step 2, choose a payment. Whenever you click Pay with Affirm, they'll go through and give you the different payment options, usually listing out any interest that might occur, as well as payment amount and the frequency that the payments are expected to be made. Be aware of what you're paying and what you're getting into. Be sure to read everything twice and understand it even better. It's worth it. It'll save you. When you're setting up your payments, you can also go through and set up auto pay. This way you don't ever miss a payment. So if you've got a credit card that you can attach to the system, you can go through this and set it up that way. Another thing that's cool that their website has here is an estimator, where you can estimate how much you're going to spend and the different options available to get it all paid off. Again, this is just an estimator. It'll probably be totally different numbers once you get into the process of applying for eligibility and getting pre-qualified and all that stuff. So where can you use Affirm at? Well, if you go on their page, they have this nifty little search bar right here where you can put in the store name of any store you can think of, and it'll tell you whether or not that store accepts Affirm as payment. Target, for instance. Check. You can use Affirm at Target. Walmart. Check. You can use Affirm at Walmart. Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. It's your hardware store. Look at that. You can even use Affirm at Ace. There's all kinds of businesses out there that accept Affirm as payment online and in store. So if you're not finding the right answer here on the website, you can always go into the store that you're curious about and ask them if they accept Affirm as payment. Another way that you can go through and search for businesses that you can make purchases at is by using their category section down here, which gives you quite a few different choices for finding what you need or what you're looking for. So Affirm gives you several different ways to pay for just about anything, and they cover quite a few websites and in-store purchases. So from here, we're going to go over the dangers. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, past the glitz and glamour, if you click on help, it'll open up another window that'll give you all the details that you could ever be curious about. About pre-qualifying, what is an Affirm virtual card, approved and declined loans, credit freeze or lock, and that's just some of them. Making payments, that's another part that you're probably going to want to look at in depth. Late and accidental payments, making a payment, view your balance and your payment schedule, charged off loans, gets into savings and debit cards. Pretty general customer service stuff, but there is some important details in here that you're going to want to know about if you start using Affirm as a payment method. That's a good way to say it. How does Affirm affect your credit? Pre-qualifying to see how much you can spend will never affect your credit, but your payment history and loan amount can. So applying is no big deal. But the second you start screwing up on your payments and late on your loan payments, and then your credit history will start taking notice. And it will start to affect your credit score. Which means no one will want to give you no more money. No more money for you if you can't keep it together. Makes sense, right? Should we do it? Should we click on terms of service? Oh, we're gonna get down to the nitty gritties, huh? The gritties and the nitties. What are you agreeing to?
By clicking agree, you are also acknowledging that Apple may show your mouth to
Affirm, we, us, our formerly known as Expedite Incorporated, or Expedite Software, regarding your use of this website or any mobile application offered by or marketed by or on behalf of Affirm or any other technology platform offered by Affirm. Your use of the website and Affirm have already been with the features offered by Affirm. Affirm will serve you. Buy with Affirm. Your promise to pay. Interest rates. Holy shit. Okay, this part looks pretty important. So buy with Affirm, this just says that you can either get loan installment offers through Affirm or through a bank partner that is partnered with Affirm to offer you affordable loans. This section here is your promise to pay. That means they're going to send you a bunch of paperwork that says sign here. That way we can come after you and your social security number if you go against what you were promising to pay us. This section right here is interest rates that could possibly be applied to your account or loans associated with your account. 0 to 36%. That, holy shit, dude. 36%? Jesus wept. That's insane. Now, if you're able to pay it off in 4 payments, then 0 APR is probably what you're going to see most likely. I mean, if you do a good job, then you could stay closer to 0. Loans are simple interest loans, which means that interest, if paid, accrues daily, up to the amount of the finance charge until you pay the loan in full. Finance charge. Loans may be subject to a finance charge based on the applicable interest rate. The lender will always disclose the specific finance charge before you agree to any loan. But yeah, it looks like the finance charge is on a case-by-case basis. Once you go through and apply, they'll give you the details and all the different numbers on what the finance charge will be and the applicable interest rate on top of the amount that you're applying for to begin with. Late payment fees. You will never be charged any late fees when you buy with Affirm. Well, that's good. Delays in processing. In some cases, when you make a purchase, a transaction may be held as pending. There's another section to be aware about. If you're making a purchase that Affirm or the bank associated with the purchase needs to go through and confirm first, there may be a delay in processing, which may hold up your purchase. So if it's a purchase that you need to happen right away, depending on what it is, Affirm may not be a great choice because they may make you wait. Extended ship dates. If when buying with Affirm, one or more items in your order has an extended ship date, your loan payments, including interest, may be due before the merchant ships the items. So, buying a gaming computer, for instance, sometimes gaming companies or computer companies need a little bit of time to put the computer together before they ship it out to you. So, let's say in June, you purchase a gaming computer and you make the purchase and Affirm pushes through the payment and everything goes smoothly. Well, the gaming computer company has to put together your computer and ship it out to you, so you won't see it until August. But Affirm made the purchase in July, so you're going to end up having to make a payment towards that computer even before you receive the product. That is not Affirm's fault. They expect payment regardless. The only thing you can do is try to get a hold of the gaming computer company and see if they can maybe expedite it a little bit more, but in my experience, it's usually best just to let them do their best job, let them do their thing, let it get sent to you, deal with the payments, doing good. Right here they go through and they list out which banks are associated with the saving accounts that they offer, and also which banks that are associated with the Debit Plus card program that they offer. Yeah, it's just going through here and saying that they're authorized to pull up your information in regard to loans and savings accounts, pre-qualifications, internal use, including statistical analysis, providing you with information or Affirm services about your credit profile. So they'll be the middleman and interpret it for you too if you want. If you request offers and apply for multiple or additional loans or an additional Affirm service, you further authorize us and our bank partners to share with each other information it has about you. So they can not just share information in-house, but they can share information between them and their bank partners. This means if you stop paying, they can come after you, they can ask for your payment, they can call your phone, they can send your information to a collection agency and take legal action. And failure to pay may affect your credit score. It's all well and good until you're not able to apply for that next loan. Communication and notification. They want to know where you're at. They want to know what you're doing. They need your phone number, email, landline if you got it, pre-recorded artificial messages and other forms of communication. They may even track you down through social media. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know about that. Communicate with you calling, texting, or email. So there you go. Right there. It says right there. This section here is to make sure that you're basically being responsible and honest and truthful, and you're not being manipulative or opening up fake accounts or trying to do illegal stuff. Section for closing your account, dormant accounts. If you're inactive for 2 years or more, Affirm can go ahead and just close your account down. You may not use your Affirm account. Don't buy anything illegal. Don't be stupid. Don't buy narcotics, drugs, no weapons. This section just says if you fall out of line, Affirm will do everything they can in their legal power to get their money from you. You know, it's a normal course of things. You said you'd give us money, and now you're not giving us no money. And so now we're going to come after you because we want our money. Rights to request and receive paper copies. If you need for any reason to get a copy of your account or account traffic history, payment history, you can get a hold of them through their customer care at this phone number. So that's about it for Affirm. I hope that gave you a bunch of information that you weren't previously privy to. I hope that helps you make a good financial choice, and I hope you get what you want. Sometimes you can get what you want with a little bit of financial help. Just be very cautious. Be very cautious and curious, and be sure to read everything. The last thing you need to do is get yourself into a financial pit you can't get out of. So be aware of what you're doing. As I promised, as a bonus, my personal choice for a gaming computer, if you're just starting out in this online gaming industry, is Dell Computers. I use Dell Computers, and I actually have 2 Alienware desktops that have been running very well for a little over a year now. So I really like them. And I know Dell kind of has a mixed review. Some people are okay with it, and some people would rather go straight to a gaming company, which I don't blame them. Next gaming computer I get, I definitely want to afford the money to get one of those really cool ones with a glass side so you can see all the liquid cooling and that kind of thing. Someday, Dell Computers, like Affirm, definitely offers some in-house financing options. So if you're able to apply and be eligible for the accounts that Dell offers, they actually offer a revolving line of credit that'll help you build your credit at the same time that you are making purchases through the company. And that also helps out quite a bit. And it gives you the ability to kind of adjust your payments to what you can afford week by week or month by month, however you've got your payments set up. So if you're looking to use Affirm to buy a gaming computer, there are several websites that I can confirm to begin with. iBuyPower.com, IDA.com, CLXGaming.com, CyberPowerPC.com. Those 4 websites you can definitely use Affirm at to make a gaming computer choice of your dreams. So that's about it. If you stuck with me this long, I deeply appreciate it. Say this video is kind of a test. I'm doing it by the seat of my pants. I've got bullet notes in front of me, but I'm not doing it line by line or coming up with an actual script. We'll see how it turns out, I guess. I don't know. What do you think? Anyways, if you thought this video was helpful, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. I'd be glad to have you around as a viewer. I'm going to continue on my current path and go through these finance companies one at a time, see if I can break them down for everybody and give everybody some helpful information to work with. So if I can do that, then I've accomplished what my goal is, and hopefully you can accomplish what your goal is. So I guess that's it. If you like gaming content, you can check out my other channel, Gaming with Mr. Grumbly. I try to post over there as often as I can, as well as coming up with videos over here, and you know how life is. So, if you got a comment, leave it below. Got any advice? Leave it below. I got nothing. Okay, anyways, see ya. Be very careful. Be very, very careful. Read everything twice, please. Please. Good luck. I wish you the best of luck.